If you would have told me that Mahomes wasn't going to throw a touchdown pass, not one, I would have said, all right, how much money do I need to go get from my bank?
Right. Let me drain my account.
What do I need to
on
withdraw? How much can I withdraw from the 401k? I mean, I just did not expect that, and I was dead wrong. I was 9-22. I made 31 prop bets.
9 and 22.
9 and 22. Think about that.
Yeah.
That hurts the account.
But again, I wasn't even close. The only thing I was really on was the Mahomes passing yards. Remember I talked about Mahomes passing yards over Brady?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that was the only one that was really on. Everything else I just wasn't even close.
I mean, wasn't Mahomes' number like 320 yards or something?
329 and a half.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, my biggest bet was just on Mahomes having over 1.5 touchdowns. He didn't have one.
What if you had seen a prop bet?
Kidding?
Mahomes over a half a touchdown. Just one half.
You
How much
gobble
would you
it up.
put
Would have put my whole account on it.
Right. It's just mind-boggling that they weren't able to score.
And by the way,
Although
we
he
had
did
that
have two
conversation.
incredible throws that guys dropped.
Well, Hill dropped the one,
where it was freelancing.
Yeah.
2 in the end zone.
Hill
Guys like in the helmet.
Hill definitely should have caught that one. It was just a bad game all around for them.
By the way, when we talked about legacy last week and who it was bigger for, we said that it was probably bigger for Mahomes because it didn't matter if Brady lost.
Right.
But now, no matter what Mahomes does the rest of his career, he can't go down as the greatest of all time. He just can't.
He can't and he won't.
Because he lost to a 43-year-old quarterback, and I understand it's a team game, and I understand his offensive line sucked, and I understand Tampa's defense was better, and probably they have a better overall team. Doesn't matter. He'll never go down as the greatest of all time because he lost to a 43-year-old Tom Brady who's got 7. As if he's going to actually get to 7. That's not going to happen, but it's over.
I think it also proves you cannot bet against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. It's a losing proposition over time. It's a bad bet. Betting against him in the biggest game on the planet.
You feel like an idiot betting against Tom Brady in hindsight in a Super
course.
Bowl when he's the underdog.
Yeah.
Like you were getting points with Tom Brady
They were
at home.
gifting you points.
And we were just like, nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take Mahomes. I get sized.
The greatest guy to ever do it.
Wasn't even close. I hit the under though. I did like the under. I had the under and I
even live bet the over and missed that.
I had Fournette over 11.5 carries. I had Kansas City scoring a field goal on their first score. But everything else, I don't know, loser.
By the way, how distraught were people who did the long shot bets of like an offensive lineman catching the touchdown?
Right.
The dude had the ball in his hands. Now he got it knocked out by a Chiefs defender. But that would have paid big to whoever had the stones to make that bet.
How about this? I had Mahomes throwing a touchdown in every quarter.
Okay.
Right? First, second, third, fourth. I figured, okay, a couple of those I was catching money on it. I figured, okay, I might go 2-2, but I might still make money because of the odds. 0 for 4.
That hurts.
Fickle, what are the odds he doesn't throw a touchdown in any quarter? You serious? I mean, come on.
It's so sick.
Well, I mean, again, it's hard to throw touchdowns when you're on your back half the time and pressured all the time. Mahomes is pressured more in this game than any quarterback in Super Bowl history with the 29 pressures. He passed Jim Kelly from Super Bowl 26, who was pressured 25 times. Brady, meanwhile, pressured just 4 times. I mean, that's the story of the game. Bill Cowher was really emphasizing it after the game. He's like, Tampa won this game in the trenches. I heard Burleson say they were just the tougher team. They were.
Yep.
He said after the game, he's like, I don't want to call the Chiefs soft. He's like, I don't call any NFL team soft, but Tampa was tougher. And they pressured Mahomes, and on the offensive side, their line dominated.
Yeah.
Brady was barely touched. They were able to establish a running game. Pretty much anything they wanted to do, they were able to do. And again, I bring it back to the Washington game to just point out, they racked up 500 yards of offense on a defense that we were lauding most of the season. Now, some of us thought that maybe the numbers that Washington amassed defensively, where they were ranked second in the NFL, were a little inflated. But still, they were a good defense, and Tampa shredded them. And Tampa continued to do that all postseason, scoring 30 points every game. Yeah, Drab, you're right. We're idiots that we were all convinced that Kansas City was going to win. Now, that was just because we thought Kansas City's offense couldn't be stopped.
I just feel like Kansas City's going to smoke them.
I know. I feel like this is deja vu. Like this happens almost every year where you guys get tantalized by the silly offense and you just sleep on just outstanding Ds.
Yes.
Well, it's not the two quarterbacks going up against each other. It's 22 total players, and so when you discount the fact that the line's not healthy and they got three people playing in three different positions, and
that was the biggest.
And we saw the Bucs shut down Aaron Rodgers, the MVP. We just saw it 2 weeks ago before the Super Bowl, and we just completely ignored it. Well, some people did.
I don't think it was a shutdown of Aaron Rodgers. But they did perform well against Aaron Rodgers. But their offense was putting up 30 points a game. So the defense didn't have to dominate even as much as they did in this game.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw for 350 in that game.
Yeah, it was not a shutdown.
It wasn't a shutdown.
But their offense was superior.
It was
bad
coaching and just mistakes by Aaron Rodgers down there in the red zone. But this was men versus boys, this game. Yeah. This was a complete shutdown.
And I don't know which one was the best addition. Maybe it was Fournette during the year. Turns out Fournette scored a touchdown in each of their 4 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he was just available for the whole NFL to grab.
They had like a good 1-2 punch with Jones and Fournette.
Yeah,
because
they flashed a graphic during the game, and I know that his postseason results is a very small sample size, but I believe he averages about 45 or 46 rushing yards per game during the regular season, and then in the postseason, he's over 100 rushing yards per game. So he turns it on when he gets to the postseason. He doubles his production. That was a nice pickup by them, no doubt.
Here's another bet I lost, prop bet, a cross-sport prop bet. I had the Charlotte Hornets' first half points would be higher than the total rushing yards for Fournette.
Okay.
Because the total rushing yards for Fournette, the total in the game was about 49.5.
Right.
It wasn't quite 50. All right, and I figured, well, the Hornets are going to roll about 70 in the first half, and they were pretty close.
The hapless Wiz.
They had 69. We'll get into that later.
Still think the Wiz are going to make the playoffs, JP?
I never said they were going to. I just said they had a shot.
But I wasn't even close.
It's getting bleaker and bleaker.
Laughable.
Fournette rolls for 90 yards.
Yeah.
Loser. Loser everywhere.
Even the Hornets can't get to 90 against the Wiz in a half.
Oh, man.